During the pandemic, you're maybe not sure if you want to go to an amusement park. You're not sure if you're going to feel safe at them. You're not sure of what kind of protocols with masks and sanitation and cleaning that they have at these parks. Well, between the two of us, we've been to 9 parks. I've been to 7, and he's been to 2 without me. And what we did was we took our experience from those parks, and we're going to break it down into 3 categories.
Terrible, okay, and great.
We're going to talk about masks, we're going to talk about social distancing, we're going to talk about sanitation, and we're going to talk about the people, the clients, since no park can do anything without a good clientele. And just a little disclaimer, these were our experiences. Cedar Point on this list, we've been there the most because that's our home park.
So that will probably be pretty straightforward. There's still going to be some days that aren't going to be better than others.
All the other parks we've been to once each. Let's start with, you want to start with the good or the bad?
The bad.
Let's start with the bad.
All right, Waldemere. Bad. You guys suck. It's a great park, but now you guys suck. Like, literally, they require masks, but there's not one person that wears masks. There's absolutely no social distancing, and it's terrible. I would have liked a Marathon Ravine Flyer. I only got 5 rides on it because I didn't want to keep going up in that big cluster of people. So don't go to Waldemere. Wait until next year or something, whenever it's better.
Okay, so that was the one of the parks that were terrible. Another one of the 3 parks, because we got 3, 3, and 3. So 3 terrible, 3 okay, good, and 3 great.
Okay, so Holiday World is next on the terrible. I think they're getting a little bit better because now they mandate masks. We don't know how strict they are. I'll be going back in a few weeks, so I'll have to see. But where is it?
Well, when we went, they didn't require masks. We went early in the season, they didn't require masks.
We were the only ones wearing masks in the whole park.
So masks were pretty bad. Social distancing, they had the virtual queue lines.
So they tried. Did it work out well? Not really, but it's brand new, so I give them credit for trying. Waldemere did not try for anything. Holiday World did.
Sanitation, they tried cleaning the rides as much as they could, so I give them credit for that. And they had a lot of sanitizer around.
Yes.
But the clientele
absolutely sucked. Worse than Waldemere. Worse in the world.
So, rounding out our terrible list.
Number 7 is Knoebels. I was impressed. When we first walked into Knoebels, there were a lot of people wearing masks. So as far as masks, I would say Knoebels is really good. What they are not good on is social distancing.
They actually said, whenever I asked them why they don't say anything about social distancing, their workers don't bring it up to the guests at all. They said that they don't have enough employees to go around and tell people to social distance. But they had employees that were going around telling people to get off of guardrails from sitting on handrails and that. So they could have at the same time told people to spread out and stuff. So Knoebels, that rounds out.
So those are 3 parks that you do not want to go to this year. Wait until next year or another year where everything's better.
Okay, now we get into the good category.
They're
good, okay.
Yeah. So if you feel comfortable with going to a park, then yeah, this will be good. So starting off is Hershey Park. I heard this park was really bad at first, but it seems like they got better. The masks, they were pretty good, I would say. Social distancing, they were okay, on and off. Like, if you go to an amusement park, some rides are going to be pretty bad, some are going to be pretty good.
And we didn't really see them enforcing masks, but there weren't many people that they needed to enforce it with. So the people at Hershey were pretty good for the most part.
And they had sanitizer before. They had sanitizer all over. They didn't require you to get it, but they did. And we saw a good amount of people getting it.
So Hershey, we were impressed with Hershey. If you want to go to Hershey, go on to Hershey.
Yeah, you can go if you feel comfortable with going to park.
Next on our good list
is Dorney Park. Dorney Park I thought was pretty good. They were yelling at people. They had their masks down. Most of the lines, including something like Steel Force, when we were in line for Steel Force, that had a really good line. Everybody was social distancing. Some other rides weren't so good, but they were telling people to put on their masks. They had sanitizer. And it was good.
Dorney had little stations set up throughout the park with employees that
Under
were
a little umbrella.
Yeah, under little umbrellas, and their only job was to look for people not wearing masks.
And I didn't see that at really any other park, so that was really nice.
Yeah, Dorney. So that was something unique with Dorney. Surprised it's not at the other Cedar Fair park, since they are a Cedar Fair park. Speaking of Cedar Fair,
Number 4 is Kings Island. Kings Island, as far as masks, I would say they were pretty good.
and we went opening day.
Yes, opening day. So that was a while ago. So this may not be super accurate for right now. It was good. The masks were good. Social distancing was not. And it isn't on our category, but I want to bring it up. Limiting capacity.
Okay.
That was not limiting capacity. A few years ago, I went on Labor Day. Crazy busy at Kings Island. It was just as busy on a pass holder preview day. So just pass holders, and they limited capacity. It was the same as Labor Day.
Yeah.
So on a normal day.
They were crazy lines. We try to take into account that trains are half full and they have to stop for cleaning.
But there were just a lot
but there were a lot of people. It didn't seem like they were limiting capacity.
Right. I would say guests were okay.
Guests were okay. Sanitation was good. Kings Island, Dorney, and Hershey all kind of lumped together as pretty good. Knoebels, Holiday World, Waldemere all kind of lumped together as bad.
Even if you still feel safe, don't go there.
And these next 3 parks all lumped together as
Okay, so starting off with number 3 is Dollywood. I heard they have gone worse because we went pretty early in the season. I heard they have gone worse, but from our experience, it was pretty good. Mask was great. Sanitizer was their strong suit. They were so strict about sanitizer. Oh my god.
They wouldn't let us on the tram.
Because we got sanitizer, and then the train came up, so we just walked on because we already got sanitizer. They're like, oh, nope, can't come on.
We have to see you.
Yeah, they have to see you put on sanitizer.
They have to see you put on sanitizer.
Even if you put on sanitizer like 5 seconds before, they have to see you. Social distancing,
was okay at times. It wasn't that busy, so it was pretty easy to social distance. But there were times even small crowds were kind of grouping together. We tried to do our part, stay a distance, and if people got too close behind us, say something, give them the stink eye, whatever. But Dollywood was really good.
Yes.
Next
is
in
the top
great,
2.
Next in the great is Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. This place is, pretty amazing. Everything, social distancing, it is amazing. I think Wicked Twister, we were in line for it, and everybody was standing where they're supposed to stand. We didn't see that anywhere else but one time. But everybody, they yell at people for not wearing masks. They yell at people for not social distancing. They do not require sanitizer, but there is sanitizer around, and people do get it.
Plenty of sanitizer.
So the guests at Cedar Point are really good.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I feel safe at Cedar Point. Of course, you might have a negative experience, and
but we go there.
We're not there every day, but for the most part, when we've been there, it's been pretty good. And this last park on the great list, I didn't go to.
And same with Waldemere. I only went. He didn't go to Waldemere. So number 1 is Kennywood. I did go when there were no lines. The only line was for Phantom's Revenge. At one point, there was a little bit of a line. But they yelled at people for not wearing masks. The social distancing was good. And just the overall city of Pittsburgh, everybody just kind of walking around wearing masks and all that. So just the people just kind of do it without
being told and reminded all the time.
Yeah, reminded. So I would say, yeah, they were probably the best. We didn't go on a day where there were lines, like I said, so it was hard to tell. But masks and just the people, sanitizer, they require them before and after each ride. So I thought Kennywood was really good.
I have seen on Twitter where people have said they were at Kennywood and they were like, oh no, this is terrible. So even Kennywood, that's number 1 on our list, that's from his personal experience. We have read that there are times that aren't so great.
And there are times that are really good. So all of these parks are on and off.
They're all subject to people because during this pandemic, it's all about the people. It's about what you do. It's about what we do, and it's about what we all do together. So none of us can do this alone, and no park can do it alone. So we're not knocking any park except for Knoebels and Holiday World and Waldemere. Those are the 3 parks that deserve to be knocked. But the other 6 parks, even their downfalls, we're not knocking them. So that's our list. Maybe that will help you decide if you want to go later here in the season. So see you next time. Bye.